Namaste, beloveds. This is Mother with Wisdom, and this is the card portion of Venus retrograde. And beloveds, I just want to say that Venus has not been in retrograde this way until since 2010 and 2002. I believe it's every 8 years that the Venus retrograde takes place. Um, 8, as you know, is the number of the mama for me. So it is a very, very powerful, um, very powerful retrograde. Venus also has to do with your romantic relationships, your heartfelt relationships, your soul partnerships. Um, I'm going to start off with the Medicine Woman deck. And as I did that, a card um, wanted to be read. It was the Three of Pipes. Three of Pipes. Let's see what it says, beloveds. Three of Pipes. That is on page 167, which is 14, which is 5. 167. Let's see what it says. Three of Pipes. Dream, envision, wander, prayer, guiding ones. Let me turn this down. And it don't want to stop. I've got to change these batteries. I'm so tired of hitting this thing. There we go. All right. It is what it is, beloveds. Here we go. Three of Pipes. Dream, vision, wonder. Prayer. Guiding ones who come to me in spirit. I am thankful for your presence. Help me now to see that which I can use to accomplish Great Spirit's work here within Mother Earth's embrace. I am thankful for my gifts, my talents, and my resources. Help me to use them well and wisely. I am ready now to energize the talent needed to achieve Creator's wish. I am open to inspiring dreams and vision. I wander in your hope-filled land. The lesson. It is time to await opportunity expectantly or wander seeking pieces of the dream. You are probably engaged in fantasy and longing during this period. You may even feel a craving for something you cannot quite define. Again, Venus in retrograde, beloveds, these are past relationships that are going to be surfacing and that you're going to be dealing with. There may be periods of melancholy due to the sense of uncertainty in your life right now. Flow with them and watch them pass. You will reach fulfillment on the path Creator has laid before you. Trust enough to take the first step. Let yourself be guided by dreams and visions. Look for signs. Trust your inner response. Follow that which calls you at the deepest level. I said that, beloveds. Respond to that which creates all engrossing enthusiasm. Let the universe lead. Okay, that was that card that demanded it be read, and now let's see what the deck herself has to offer. And again, this is the medical woman's deck. 9 of Arrows is what was given. Wow, very powerful. 9 of Arrows. 9 of Arrows. And let's read and see what it says. And we have the Seeker on the bottom. Wow. And if I hadn't just laid that down, I wouldn't have saw that. The Seeker. I love the Seeker card. I just love her so much. Okay, let's see. And the Seeker is a major arcana, and it is the High Priestess in the regular tarot deck, but we are dealing with the Nine of Arrows. And let's see what the Nine of Arrows has for us. What wisdom does the Nine of Arrows? Let's see. Nine of Arrows is on 192, which is a 12, which is a 3. And it says, overcoming doubt and fear. There we go. Overcoming doubt and fear, and she is blindfolded taking that shot. I love it. She's blindfolded taking that shot. Okay. It says, prayer. I can see through sorrows. I can see through struggles. What I find is mind, the mental concepts, the attitudes, the beliefs I hold. I cherish for what they have allowed me to do, but I also see that they are simply ways of perceiving reality and not reality itself. The only real reality is ultimate harmony, and the troubles are simply trips the mind is taking. As I stumble on the path, I put myself down and I pick myself up. By the way, I value each step. I am way above rules, though not above using them. I am deeply respectful of all that is. I laugh at all that isn't. Even blind, I can see that worries are clouds drifting past eternity. Lesson: the world appears to oppress its people. Darkness abounds. Yet, you can penetrate those clouds of worry and fear by aiming into the light. You do not need to see all answers and have all solutions before you act. Just point your heart towards good. Perhaps you have found something you did not expect. You have looked into the darkness and found your own greatest fear. You are being shown what you have placed in the shadows of your consciousness. What you wanted to forget has raised its head, but only to ask you if you have gained enough wisdom and strength to deal with it more fully. I hope. I share. Amen. It may seem like a nightmare at first. You may not want to look at it, but you must accept your dark side, your hidden desires, and integrate them with your light side in order to experience wholeness. You are never given a challenge that you do not have the skills to meet. It may seem as though you are shooting in the dark, but go ahead. This is their supreme test. A new surge of power awaits your success. The mask is lifted as you look behind the face of things to see that your fear was merely self-doubt rather than an external enemy. Take heart. Lift your bow of confidence and shoot pure thoughts of love, strength, and highest vision. Aim for the good of the whole. And that is that card. And I'm going to read Seeker just because it was on the bottom and just because it's my favorite card. And it is also, like I said, the High Priestess, which is number 2 in the regular tarot deck. Seeker, 43, which is a 7. Number and meaning 2, self-reflection. Oh, I didn't show you. High Priestess. I call her Oshun as well. She's with that mirror, that Oshun energy. And sweet flowers in the water, and she's just there meditating and doing her alchemy. I love it. Seeker, traditional name, the High Priestess, medicine woman energy, seeker of the light within, affirmations. My world is a reflection of my relationship to all that is. Through my image and word, Great Spirit's wisdom takes form. I hope. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Amen. The card speaks, I am the seeker, high priestess of my own destiny. I look first within myself for the cause of all that I see before me. My world is but a manifestation of that which is taking place within my psyche. My soul speaks to me in images, telling me of possibility. I hold in my own mind a book of knowledge of all past events and those to come. I have access to the universal memory through my ever deepening states of meditation and attunement. I am the questioner of all that is, lifting the veils that cloud my inner knowing. I am the virgin, containing the unfertilized seeds of my potential creations. I have learned to say no to that which does not benefit myself, and to say yes to the interactions and situations that nourish me. I am a child of the moon, studying my cycles, my moods, my phases. I learn from my body, which speaks to me through its feelings and responses. I observe patterns and changes. The mirror of myself reflects the goddess. Self questioning. Describe your life in 7 year cycles. What patterns do you see? Make a list of each year of your life, starting with the year of your birth and going up to the present year. List one significant event after each year. What do you see? Exercise. Keep track of your cycles and the phases of the moon. Do you see a relationship? One by one, send your awareness through each part of your body, giving the command to relax and heightening your perception of that which is going on within yourself. Think of each part of your body as a room in a great library containing books with all the answers to your questions. Every cell is another volume of information. Pause anywhere and visualize yourself picking up one of those books. Begin reading. Visualization. See yourself having already accomplished something you have been wanting to do. Focus on the qualities that have come about within yourself in order to have made this accomplishment. Notice what you are wearing in this new role. Who is around you? How do they feel about your success? Who comes to compliment and support you? Whom have you benefited? After you feel complete with this visioning process, 15 minutes will usually do. Go out into the world and do something this new you would do. Do a second visualization in the same manner. This time ask yourself, how do you feel? Where are you? How did you get there? What obstacles did you overcome? What inner resources did you use to get where you are? Again, when complete, go out into the world and act in confidence. Astrological sign of this card is the moon. Colors, moon, blue, and a silky, sensuous, deeper blue that invites you inward to explore. The reflecting body. Your body holds knowledge of all lives you have ever lived. It is filled with experience. The computer and the micro memory system has nothing over the amazing human body and its storehouse of information. The seeker asks you to explore your body, to learn from it, to know its secrets once again. Your own sexual nature entices you to discover the physical self. Aho, ashe, 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 amen. Whew. Discovery of the physical self brings awareness of other levels of your being. Soon you are asking, from where does true ecstasy come? And the fool, that brave adventurer inside you, leads you further down the path. Just as the magician, resourceful one, has observed the primal energy ever present within and has seen the creations that have been made with it, the seeker looks beyond. The seeker is not satisfied with mere outer appearance, but wants to know why. What makes it so? The magician wields energy skillfully, but the seeker wants to understand how the energy the energy came to be passing through in this way and what else it can do. One of the discoveries the seeker makes is that food affects her vibration, both her sense of well being and her energy level. It affects her mood, her strength, her ability to search, for searches take concentration and endurance. Looking in the mirror of self requires clear mind and body. You cannot go inside and expect to find a peaceful place to study with a gurgling stomach and an aching back and a stopped up nose and weary muscles. You must become a high priestess who takes the nutritional elements in a combination that cleans and builds the temple of her indwelling God self. That's what I'm doing. The seeker seeks health not only to feel good day by day, but to allow her the peace in which to explore her higher nature unobstructed. Bodies try to heal themselves. This is their basic nature. For the most part, if you have not severely abused your body, time and patience will allow proper healing to take place. On the other hand, the world we live in is filled with stresses and temptations to ignore the body's wisdom. Often, our strongly empowered intellects, the rational side of our beings, overrule the body's suggestion. The body begins to accumulate the recovery periods you have denied it. It must therefore become sicker and sicker until you will allow it to have the series of short recovery periods you have denied it. This results in an illness that requires a long layoff. Your body attempts each season to bring itself back into the harmony of nature around it. In the spring, it wants to be active. In the summer, to work and rest intermittently. In the fall, to harvest and take stock of itself. In the winter, to sit back, reflect, and prepare for another new time to come. When the seasonal weather changes, your body will often try to cleanse itself in preparation for the changing environments in which you must live, in which it must live. You can assist it by fasting or eating a particular diet suitable for the time of year. Heading toward warm weather, your body desires fresh fruits, lighter foods, alive, raw, newly sprouted foods. Wild foods that first to grow in the spring are particularly cleansing, a tonic to the system. When the garden is in full leaf, fresh greens and root vegetables are in order. In the fall, the hardier squashes, potatoes, and heavier vegetables call to you. Grains are harvested and stored for winter consumption. When the body is happy to have a bowl of hot rice or some fresh whole wheat bread, though we live in a culture and time period when we can eat foods out of season, it is not necessarily healthy to do so. If you have ignored your body's suggestions and have eaten sugar, white bread, red meat, chemically treated foods, or covered up your body's responses with medical or non medical drugs, alcohol, or cigarettes for more than 20 years, you should realize that you are in serious trouble. Even if you have misindulged for only 10 years, your body will have a few healing crises to undergo before it will begin to respond gently to natural changes of season and cycle. A healing crisis is an event that seems like an illness by an outward appearance, but is something triggered by an act of health. An act of health is any action that you take which is naturally and nutritionally sound. Examples of health that might trigger a healing crisis are as diverse as the following: fasting, eating only fresh, whole foods for a week, refraining from coffee, cigarettes, drugs, or chemically treated foods for days, meeting an exceptionally high spiritual person, feeling someone's unconditional love for you, getting a message, walking in a beautiful natural wilderness, viewing a poignant scene, or even getting space and time to be alone when you haven't had solitude for a very long time. You must understand is that no matter how uncomfortable the healing crisis is, the disease that would occur if you do not allow the healing to take place is twice as distressing. If you sense your body to have stored toxins from past abuse. Go easy on yourself. Take steps slowly and gently to improve your health. Begin listening and paying attention to what your body asks you to do. There are many fine healing programs available. There are hundreds of books on natural health and physical vitality. Your local health food store or holistic health practitioner is the best place to begin to look for the knowledge you need. But inside of yourself is the real doctor. He may be currently incapacitated by your ignorance. But feed her knowledge and he will come alive. If you currently have a severe illness, read as many books as you can get your hands on about case histories of people who have cured themselves through visualizations, herbs, and fresh foods, juices, or fasting. Testimonials are numerous and very inspiring. Meanwhile, substitute any health food or practice for any death food or practice in which you are currently engaged. Spend a quiet moment with your body, and your body will quickly tell you which is which. When you have one success, go for the next. And that is the reading from there. Next, I want to do a reading from the Animal Message Guidebook deck. And again, this is about the Venus retrograde, Mama. So if you can give us something relative to that, I would greatly appreciate it. And that bamming you hear is my little pendulum against the, okay. Two, okay, Mama. Shark and mountain goat. And I'm just going to read what's on them. Mountain goat. There's something out of balance in your life, so do whatever you need to do to correct it. And I don't want to miss out on anything because these cards are for my beloveds, and I want you to get all of what you're supposed to get. I don't want to have to do it for you. So, goat. Mountain goat, I'm sorry. 75, which is 12, which is another 3. Okay, here we go. There's something out of balance in your life, so do whatever you need to do to correct it. You've been feeling unsteady, shaky, or out of sorts lately because there's an imbalance in your life. To bring back balance, start with an appraisal of your physical health. Get an exam for a reputable doctor who practices integrative medicine, something called a holistic physician. There's no need to be alarmed, but there is something identifiable in your body's biochemistry that's off and can be easily corrected. You'll benefit from such an analysis. Beloveds, they're saying blood tests. Be sure to exercise every day, eat nutritionally sound foods, preferably organic, and get plenty of rest. Then take some time to continue your assessment by checking out other areas of your life, such as the polarities of work play, social solitude, giving, receiving, and any others that occur to you. It's unrealistic to expect your life to stay completely in balance at all times, as it's a continual interplay between the various polarities. Even the seasonal adjustments of light and dark slowly and gradually shift in a ceaseless dance. Notice how you feel when something is out of balance, and then take the necessary steps to adjust in ways that provide greater equilibrium. Associatedness with mountain goat, sturdiness, surefootedness, resiliency, determination, quickness, confidence, aspiration, ambition, independence, strength, practicality, stability, dignity, and perseverance. The other card, shark. Trust your instincts to discern the truth of a situation. Shark. 108, which is a 9. 108. go. Your instinctual self is that aspect of you that sends signals to your brain directly from your body. It is what responsible for your survival, particularly when you're in a life-threatening situation and must avoid danger by fighting, fleeing, or remaining still and quiet. Your instinct dictates what choice most likely ensures your perpetuation. It's much more painful. I'm sorry. It's much more primal than intellect, and it's what connects humans with all other animals. The trust for your instinctual signals can be modified and distorted by conditioning, especially childhood conditioning. When you're repeatedly told to distrust what your body is telling you, or you face life threatening situations with no escape, this exquisite survival mechanism becomes clouded at the least and completely suppressed at the extreme. It's replaced by either a generalized fear and agitation that gets projected onto relatively benign situations, or else a psychic numbness that anesthetizes the senses and severely limits your body's ability to process environmental cues for danger. This sensory numbness also limits your ability to fully experience pleasure. Take the time to tune into your gut feelings using slow, deep breathing as an access code. There we go again. Just confirm that breathing, beloveds. Just like the panting when you're pregnant. What is it? Listen with all your senses to discern what your body is telling you, and use your intellect to interpret what whether it's a conditioned reaction or an instinctual response. With practice, you'll refine your perceptual capabilities so that you can completely trust what you feel. Associations, confidence, secrets, protection, respect, survival, authority, focus, action, unpredictability, ancestors, shape shifting, solitude, endurance, assertiveness, and divinity all have to do with the shark. And now we got a couple of messages about health. So let's look at Archangel Raphael um, as we get ready to see what he has to say. And I'm just putting my decks back, beloveds, just so they don't get mixed up. Some order is better than none, even in your own chaos. Right? Right. Okay. Here we go. And this is the Archangel Raphael deck. And let's see what we get. Okay, we'll cut and we'll take the top one. Children. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me to help children. Children. And let's see what Archangel Raphael says about children. 26, which is an 8, which is the mama's number again. Children, this card comes to you in response to your question regarding children. Archangel Raphael hears your prayers and is helping you behind the scenes. The fact that you're drawn this card indicates that children are involved in the situation as well as in the answer to your prayers. Children's faith in fairness and in life is a powerful healing cure. You're advised to perceive this experience through a child's eyes. Trust and have faith. Possible specific meanings: conception, pregnancy, birth, or adoption. Your life proposes purposes involving helping children. The angels are assisting the child you've inquired about. Ashe, Aho. I share. Amen. Thank you, Mama. Your life purpose involves helping children. The angels are assisting the child you've inquired about. Develop childlike qualities such as innocence, purity, awe, and playfulness. Take guided action to help your child. Your children are watched over and protected. My prayer, dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me to help children. And if you know Mama with wisdom, you know that's what I'm all about. The babies, the babies, the babies. Gotta help them babies. Now, let's look at romance, that which goes into um, making babies, making children. And I already cleaned the deck, so let's just see what it gives. Okay, it gave us two. Gave us two, y'all. Gave us two. Okay. And the two that it gave is calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Calling in your soulmate. And let's see what it has to say. This is a deck by Doreen Virtue. Calling in your soulmate is the second card in the deck. And it's on page 15, which is a 6. Of course. It's waiting on them 6s. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. You, like everyone, have soulmates. These are people with whom you shared time in heaven and in other lives. You made a soul agreement to meet in this lifetime for the purpose of mutual spiritual growth. You have many such agreements with various people who are all your soulmates. They include friends, family members, co-workers, and romantic partners. This card guides you to actively call your romantic soulmate into your life. You can do so through prayer, affirmations, and visualizations. It is also working on yourself to do that you epitomize. Wait a minute. It also means working on yourself so that you epitomize the qualities you're seeking in a partner. For instance, if you desire a significant other who's got a great sense of humor, develop this within yourself. Like attracts like, which is part of calling in your soulmate. That was that card, beloveds. And the next card was too soon. I mean, very soon. Too soon. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. That was said in the first video. Very soon. Page 93, which is another 12, which is another 3. 93. Here we go. This card asks you, what do you want? And demands very clear and specific answers. Just like putting in your order at a restaurant, the universe has been listening to your thoughts and feelings about your love life. Sorry, that was just hilarious to me. So sorry. um, and has brought you what you asked for. When you complain about what's served to you, it's only because you placed an unclear order. As soon as you are perfectly straightforward about what it is you desire, it comes to you upon the wings of angels in an instant. You drew this card because it's time for you to get clear and honest with yourself and formulate your requests with faith and optimism. Trust your feelings and make decisions for yourself about what is best for you. Alrighty, that is that. And we're going to use a deck that I rarely use, and it's called the Life Purpose Oracle Card Guidebook by Doreen Virtue. And this is always a very beautiful deck to me. Always, always, always. And I'm always fascinated by the backs of it because that is just beautiful. And as I'm looking at this, let me just turn this over for you. And beloveds, I just grabbed this card because I saw the back of it, okay? It says, you are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. And okay, and one more. All right. Let's just see what these have to say to us, beloveds. The first one, like I said, is Oracle Cards. That is the name of it. Oracle Cards is on page 67, which is a 13, which is a 4. 67. Here we go. You are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. You have an affinity for working with oracle cards, and they speak to you as whispers from the angels. This card comes to you as validation of the thought you've had of incorporating oracle card readings into your career. You could give readings as a full-time occupation where you offer guidance, advice to answer clients' questions, or you may incorporate card readings as an aspect of your healing profession. For instance, using the words on the front as focal points as you begin your sessions. Oracle cards can also give you personal guidance that can boost any career path. And this was that card, and I love it. And I love her in her pink. I love it. Okay. And the next one was freedom. 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 Okay, freedom. 45, which is a 9. Okay. Here we go. Hearts. No, that's not heart's desire. Let me see. Freedom. 45. Okay, I'm looking at 49. Okay, that makes sense. Freedom. You're free to do what you choose. This card is a gentle reminder that you aren't a victim of outside circumstances and that you have choices. Confirmation of what came forward in the downloads, beloveds. Let me stop fidgeting. Okay. The angels are helping you shift you away from complaining that you're a victim of others who control you. Instead, heaven is shining the light upon your wise decision to take responsibility for yourself, your life, and your happiness. As you accept the role you've played in creating your present circumstances, you feel a corresponding sense of relief and freedom. The insight of self-responsibility frightens some initially, as it seems to carry the weight of blame. The angels help you see that blame is a waste of time because it focuses upon past events. Instead, they empower you to envision a bright today and tomorrow for yourself and your loved ones. You have the right to change your life. You needn't wait for another's permission to take charge of your destiny. Trust your feelings to guide you toward activities and a career that are meaningful and fulfilling in every way. That is that card. And beloved, this is such a beautiful card. She is the horizon is meeting the waters. And that orange and the what is it? Chartreuse, greenish yellow is just so beautiful to me. And there are dolphins. I hope you can see the dolphins. There are dolphins, 3 of them, right? Yeah, 3. 3 dolphins. Beautiful, beautiful card. Let's get to the last one. The last one is options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. A lot of people would see this card as being Ma'at or Libra because of the scales. Also, maybe Justice. Girlfriend is balancing the hell out of that, okay? Options. She is weighing her options and she is intent on them. Okay, options. 65, which is an 11, which is a doorway. Pay attention. 65. Also, my birth year. Hey. Options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. Aho, mama. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Amen. You have more options than you may realize, which is why this card comes to you today. While you may feel limited in your career choices, the angels remind you that the possibilities are unlimited. They promise that the time, money, knowledge, opportunities, and other factors that you need are very much open to you. This card is a sign urging you to think outside the box and be reminded with respect to your options. For example, can you return to school and learn some new skills related to your dream career? Can you begin a self-employment venture on a part-time basis while your regular job pays the bills? Or could you find a mentor to train you while you work as an intern or volunteer? The range of possibilities is wide and varied if you will just be open to them. Take a moment now and say to your angels, please give me clear signs and guidance about my options related to my divine life mission and a career that makes my heart sing with joy. Then notice intuitive feelings and ideas, as well as repetitive physical signs, which are messages from above. And that is that card. Next, we will use the Abraham Hicks, Abraham and Jerry Hicks, Into the Vortex, getting into the vortex. Let me put this like this so it'll stop bouncing around so much as I try to shuffle. There. Okay, Mama. We have one. Wow. And I am going to, y'all know I don't have no shame or whatever, so I'm just going to straight up tell you what I saw it. I'm like, okay, Mama, you got jokes showing me my little bald head. What you trying to say? What you trying to say, Mama? What you trying to say? Causing pain for others would attract pain for me. Pain to me. The flawed premise, my group's, our way of life is the only correct way. Therefore, all others must be stopped, is the basis of the majority of unhappiness on your planet. Not only do those being pushed against feel the pain, but those doing the pushing feel it as well. In fact, the unhappiest, least fulfilled among you are those who are pushing against others, because in doing so, you are disallowing the most important relationship of all, the relationship between you and you. Get it, Mama. Mm. your badass. And the number is 25, which is a 7. Okay. The flawed premise that there's only one correct way. Yeah, that's been coming up. And that all of them that's not the correct way must be stopped. That has a lot to do with the identity to the self. And that is what is playing out. And this is Venus in retrograde, beloveds. The most important relationship that you can have is with yourself. So, do the reflection that you need to do. Do the healing that you need to do, and you can only do that by going within yourself. Sorry, my lipstick is all over the place. It's supposed to be matte. I think I'm gonna stick to glossy. um, hurt people hurt people. Feel, got to feel to heal. Got to feel it to heal it. There is no correct way. There are bright lights and lesser lights, all alike. You have to allow mama's intellect and wisdom, not our own. And when we start getting on that high horse that allows us to, let me put this candle over here just because I need it, need to smell it. um, the most important relationship you can have is that of with yourself and your creator, and knowing that you are a reflection of the creator. And when you can process that in a way that enters into the heart and it starts circulating through you, and you start looking at the things that you're doing again with this retrograde, beloveds, it's about reflection. It's about looking at um, your past relationships and looking at where you are right now. There's a time to move forward, and then there's a time to be still and reflect. That is what the heavens are showing us. 4804. So we need to pay attention to the signs and symbols that we're given, and we need to pay attention to those who have a higher connection, who have a higher frequency, and can help us with these things. So get that relationship with yourself. Okay, spark it in your own mind. See it and let it enter. Let it be what it needs to be. Let the healing of the unseen, or that relationship with your higher self, get you, you know, heal you, connect you, show you what you need to see. That I, oh my God, that I, Mama just told me, look at that eye. That eye is looking back to where that light is. It's not looking forward. Not looking forward. See? The lips and the mouth and the nose is there, but she's not looking that way. She's looking behind her. That light that's being given by that hand. Okay, let's see what the card. Oh, that's it. This is what the card says. The flawed premise. We're working from a flawed premise that there's only one way. There's only correct way. And therefore everything else must be stopped. And if you look at what's happening, Donald Trump believes he has the only right way. The Republicans believe they have the only right way to save their way of life, even though that time is done and over with, it's gone. But they are still trying to save it. They are still trying to preserve it. because that is the relationship that they have with themselves. And they know that if everybody gets a chance to have abundance, things for them will never be the same again. So you really have to understand why and what this fight is about. And you have to understand that it is not just an earthly fight, it is a fight of the powers and principalities that influence the soul, the evolution and the growth of the soul and of Gaia. So, pay attention, beloveds. Um, Getting to the 2013 Oracle deck and seeing what we have there. And all of these, I'm not taking all of these, I'm not doing all of these, y'all. Come on now, come on. Give me one, just one. I just want one, just one. Okay. 31. Let me show you this card. And I'm a bee lover, so I'm already loving this card. 2, 4, and 6. That's 10. It's a total of 10 bees on this card. And let's see what it has to say. It's on page 31. Bee apprenticeship. Mama, I feel you. 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 Okay. 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 I don't know why, but okay. All right. I just need something. All right. We good. Bee apprenticeship. This again is number 6. Remember I told you I felt them 6s. Okay. Here they come. A white flower blooms in a magic garden. This lovely white flower is the heart of the human soul. B is associated with mystery schools and sovereign matriarchal communal groups. Get it, mama. Get it. The diving bee is often symbolized by Venus. Because the virgin worker bee constructs hexagrams when building the honeycomb. The magic value of 6 has been linked to them. Bees work tirelessly for the good of all. They know their life path is for a noble purpose. Aho, mama. Share, man. B understands various innate properties of sacred geometry and uses the wisdom in remarkable ways. This great mathematizer uses sacred geometry in flight patterns and in the creation of the honeycomb. B is an inspired worker and symbolizes the search. We had the seeker, beloveds, for spiritual sweetness, connected dots. B seeks the fragrant flowers, just as apprentices seek spiritual truth. Long ago, before a person became an apprentice to any spiritual system, she or he was taught first to hold counsel with the bees. We listen and learn their buzzing mantra. We listen to what they have to tell us about the apprentice path. If bee counsel is yes, deep within you, you will awaken a sweet sound like the sound bees make. It is a joyful sound, and our lips, our heart, mind, body, and soul smile. Bee is the shamaness of the flower. Get it, baby. B does her singular task within a multiplicity of being. Whew! Sorry. Whew! Okay. Whew! B teaches cooperation with others and has an innate understanding of the good of the whole tribe. For this reason and others, bees embody the essence of the apprenticeship spirit. Just as an apprentice is seeking spiritual honey, the bee is gathering and sharing sweetness in a similar manner. Bees know well the beauty way, the beauty trails. They seek opened blossoms caressed by the wind. How poetic is that? They seek open blossoms caressed by the wind. Get it, Venus. They find the little open ones open to the great sun. They explore the pink petals and find the life and breath gate. Get it, mama. Bees are the great alchemists producing the quintessential essence of sweetness. They teach an esoteric rite of passage. Spiritual teachings have been likened to beautiful flowers in a lush meadow. The bee follows her intuition, moving from flower to flower. So must the apprentice use her intuition in understanding the teachings. Not all flowers are sweet, however. Flowers of both good and evil bloom are all about the seeker. It takes vision, it takes character, it takes work to come to spiritual understanding. But above all, the one must listen for the higher octave of sacred sound. Just as a flower hears the buzzing bee hovering overhead, this buzzing sound and vibration heralds a total, total change in consciousness, desire to walk an exemplary road to find spiritual wisdom. I can attest. Our world is changing. Bees and butterflies skip over the bloom. Bee asks that you find the sweet attar of the mystic rose, the sweet attar of the mystic rose. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That just caught me. I'm sorry. Caught me off guard. Apprenticeship means seeking. Apprenticeship means spiritual training. It means learning the way. You must first find the spiritual teacher within. The true spiritual teacher will lift you with kindness and love, a love that burns through the universe. The apprenticeship of the bee is the open heart. It is the secret hidden in the flower of flowers. It is the good road to the good place, the place of the awakened self, free of ignorance. And I just saw a flower unfolding with a bee at its center. It was a pink, really big, just beautiful. Bee card may be calling you to a spiritual site or gathering. I feel that. Use sound and vibration in your meditation. Do you have a teaching for a friend or a loved one or a special knowledge to share? If so, share it. It is said that bee was born from the tears of the eagle's son. The bee is the priest and priestess. Hence, bee is our teacher. The beehive is the symbol of our spiritual community. If bee has buzzed into your reading, listen to her. She is asking, where is spiritual sweetness? Where is the honeycomb? What are the spiritual flowers? And where are they located in your field of being? Go now to the white flower and extract its abundant nectar. This is the way of the bee. And we will be closing with the last deck, which is the Isis Oracle deck. And I have cards. The card that came out was one that was just recently pulled, and that was no, this isn't. Okay, my bad, Mama. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. Two of them came, but we'll see if we have enough time. The other one was Serpent of Fire. Priestess of the Serpent Fire Sisterhood. Priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood. Gotcha. Okay. Truth is unveiled. The revelation of Isis. Truth is unveiled. The revelation of Isis. Let's see. 204, and this is the second card from being the last. 204, which is another 6. Truth unveiled. I said them sixes was coming, didn't I? And all at the end. Okay. Truth unveiled, the revelation of Isis. There are times when appearances of people, places, and things are truly deceptive. You will sense this when something feels uncomfortable within you. When you notice feelings of anxiety or doubt within you, you may think there is something wrong with you, but actually you are intuitively sensing that all is not as it appears to be. Speak, Mama. It is wise to trust your inner feelings rather than be convinced by outward appearances. I hope. Amen. There is a situation in your life, especially involving relationships, where something is not as it is being made out to be. To avoid undue suffering later on, Isis guides you to truth and revelation now. Again, this is the Venus retrograde reading, beloveds. The revelation of Isis is needed when something or someone is not as it outwardly appears to be. No matter how sacred it may seem, a spiritual person, a family relationship, a shared history, there are times when, although it is more painful to admit the truth in the short term, in the long term, it will save you much suffering and feelings of being duped, misled, manipulated, used, or abused. It will also make it more likely that the situation or relationship can grow into a healthier expression, if possible. You cannot heal what is not revealed. Isis is with you now to help you realize the truth, to admit that you probably already sensed it anyway, and to make wise use of these revelations now. The Oracle of Truth Unveiled speaks of a time soon to come when you will realize true perception, when what you thought was trustworthy, legitimate, or reliable may turn to sand, crumbling before your eyes. This may be a friendship, a job, an offer of some kind, or even the behavior of a loved one, causing you to question the real commitment or respect in a family or romantic relationship. What is important here is to realize that when you see the truth, you can act appropriately. You will not proceed with inappropriate expectations, and you can reassess your boundaries and priorities to get the most out of a situation and not suffer undue disappointment later on. Isis was betrayed by her brother Set, who, out of his great jealousy, murdered her beloved Osiris. Now, Isis was able to demonstrate great spiritual strength and healing power to resurrect her beloved Osiris, and all was not lost. And, beloveds, what I'm receiving in this now moment is to understand how powerful Isis was. Isis had the name, the unknown name of Ra. She could have told Set's ass up. She didn't do that. It wasn't about Set. It was about Osiris. She also learned a painful and valuable lesson that it is wise to take our intuitive feelings seriously and to recognize a snake in the grass when there is one. When pregnant with her divine child Horus, she ran and hid from Set, recognizing that he was destructive and dangerous, honoring what she knew and not pretending that it would all just be fine, and in doing so, her child was able to be born. Do you get that connection? In some way, there are creative impulses and new life within you that need to be protected until they are strong enough to withstand negativity or undermining by another out of jealousy or fear. Even a close friend whom you love and who loves you may struggle with your creative side, perhaps because they are yet to tap into their own creativity. It is best to be honest with yourself and know that sometimes, out of a sense of kindness, the fragile creative beginnings of a project or new habit or interest need to be protected. Like ISIS, you must protect that which needs it by recognizing where something or someone could harm rather than nourish new life. My whole thing today has been, are you here to harm or are you here to heal? You are being guided with this oracle to trust your judgment about someone's motivations or intentions. If you feel something is not quite right, then give your discernment a chance to more fully form so that you can see the truth. Ha. The more emotionally detached you allow yourself to be, the clearer your assessment of a person, situation, or offer is likely to be. If you have been thinking that you already see the truth in the situation, this oracle is confirmation of the accuracy of that perception, and that further confirmation that you are seeing something accurately will soon be given if requested. Ask for revelation and be patient. Clear perception is imminent and will help you make wise choices. And beloveds, I've already entered that course when I woke up. Um, Today. A lot of things had already been put in place within me. And as the day progressed, more and more things just kept showing themselves to me. And then I realized something. When you are focusing your attention on something and when you are chasing it, and when you consider yourself to be studying it, you are stalking that energy. Okay? And you've got to have this conversation with yourself. Why are you stalking? Do you know who you are? Why are you chasing? What are you chasing? What are you really feeling? And if what you're feeling is doubts, something seems out of balance or it just doesn't feel right, and you keep searching to try to make this all right, let go. Love yourself enough to let go. And let go with a permanence. Um, For those who have been watching me and know my situation, I'm not going to get into it right now, but I will say this. Um, Sometimes we have to unearth certain things because there are karmic ties to past lifetimes and to even this lifetime in situations that you didn't act upon with that person that made them choose another path or another way. And from the karma of them going that way, you have to endure. You have to go through. You have to see what you did or you didn't do. Either way, it's about reflection and